Welcome back to the Manor, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and as you can see, we are doing migration. After some contemplation, I moved down to the level 12s from the level 14s that I had been hunting, and that proved to be a smart idea. So that's what I'm going to be hunting tonight. Oh good, I got like 42 minutes on that pill. So yeah, migration is actually going fairly well for my... Whoops. I started the event with 250 mobs of the 3000, Iron Longtooth IV, and now I'm up to 655. It started going a lot faster when I went from the 14s to the 12, and I know there's a number of factors involved with that. Number one is it's a lower level mob, which means it has fewer hit points. It's not hitting me for as much damage. Although, come to think of it, I can probably stop using equip. I don't want to use up this any more than I have to. So I'm going to stop using it for the time being. Because that is a really powerful amp. Like, you have no... I bet I could do a lot better against the Warlord Sanctuary, or not instance, but wave event with that on, because I would have to heal a whole lot less. I might give that a shot before I leave Calypso after migration's over. And then I'm still low on the LB30, but I'm at 67% and it's progressing well, and the LB30s right now are relative cost to usefulness a hell of a lot cheaper than LB25s right at the moment. They're going for like 109% markup, whereas the LB25s are going for as much as 140. And considering my decay on an LB30 isn't too much higher than on an LB25, especially amped, the total cost is actually less despite the increased inefficiency for me to use the LB30 and the LB25. I actually did the math on this. It took me about 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. So, and sometimes that happens. When you're buying weapons, and you're kind of, especially if you're in that learning period, it's always worth looking, okay, yes, you might lose out a little bit on straight efficiency, but if the markup is lower on a higher level weapon because not as many people use it, it might end up costing you less ped to go that direction than to stay with the more quote-unquote hyper-efficient weapon that you can use now. Because in the end, what it comes down to is how much ped are you actually spending for a given unit of production. And even if there's a little bit of excess waste, if you're spending less ped on it to start with, then you might end up being more efficient even though it's theoretically less so. I hope that made sense. This is why companies started putting plastic on everything, because it was so much cheaper than glass and wood and everything else. Despite the fact that wood is obviously renewable and glass can be reused and recycled, whereas plastic's a lot harder. I mean, plastic recycling's come a long way now, but let's face it, the reason the oceans are full of fucking plastic is because it was considered completely disposable for a long time. Thankfully, we now have organizations out there cleaning the mess up. Quad wing. Serena Sansar. Shout out to Serena Sansar. I hope you watch my channel. Glad to see you're not a pirate. Although the pirates got cut. I will say this. The career pirates kinda got screwed in the last update. Not that I feel sorry for them, per se. But with the extended safe zones, that means that for them to really be a pirate, they actually have to be more sporadic. You know, they have to actually go out there and ambush folks. They have to be laying in wait. They can't just wait in the safe zone for people to just leave the station. So I will have a lot more respect for pirates that do piracy now. Especially since it means that those ships that do have pirates, they'll probably have motherships or Pathfinders or Starfinders. I think they're called Pathfinders or Starfinders out there as support ships or as motherships to support their fighters, which would be really cool in a base battle. That is something I'd love to see, is just like a massive space battle, but I mean, it's all PvP, and PvP is just, it's lost ped. I mean, it would be awesome. It would be awesome to behold. But the turret on a mothership costs 1 ped per shot for no return. I mean, okay, so if you're hunting mobs up there, you get the return, but not if you're hunting other players. You know, hunting other players, the only thing you gain out of it is skills. You don't gain any money out of it unless you're in a lootable PvP. And 99.9% of players are smart enough not to bring loot into space, although now they'll be more inclined to, which means the pirates have a better chance of having loot, and they have to have more skill to do it. So, like I said, now I've got more. I'll have more respect for pirates that are successful. That was a pretty circular rant. Holy shit. How many circles can we go in? So, I think Mindark is... So, the first day of migration, there was like very little in the way of Longtooth. The spawns were very small. They were being overhunted. I think Mindark is finally spreading them out. I heard that Minopolis spawns were just activated yesterday. So it'll be 2 days ago from when I published this, because it's currently Tuesday night as I record this. Oh, look at that. Maybe I do need the, Cool, my animal looter profession went up. Okay. Maybe that amp is doing me some good being on. I didn't realize I'd gotten that low. Oops. Oh yeah, they do a little bit of damage. I love the regen amp. I absolutely love the regen amp. Or actually, it's technically a leech. Oh yeah, and the increased dodge chance, which means I'm getting hit a lot less. So, overall, I think the amp is going to mean that my total hunt is going to be far more efficient. Far, far more eco. I mean, yeah, I'm losing decay on the amp, but my armor's getting hit less, which means less damage to the armor. And overall, the amount of decay that the amp takes compared to the amount of damage the armor takes, it's pretty significant. I do wish it was unlimited, but it is what it is. You know, I can always buy another one. Yeah, they go for like 400%, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is as well. And they are attached to, I think they're attached to Mayhem? They drop out of the strong boxes, of which I've got one left. I keep opening them. I have some keys. Not my preferred way. A couple of times I've just sold them for the ped. Which there is a certain wisdom in doing so. But at the same time, you know, you can get some cool shit out of them. It's getting busy out here this evening. Shout out to Sin. Thug. That's an interesting title, Thug. These Hiryus are kind of annoying. You'll be hunting Longtooth, everything's going well, and then one swoops in and just starts biting you, and you're like, God damn it. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Here, have fire in your face. I'll take that extra regen. Yeah. More leech. That's why I kind of you know, with this amp, it reminds me more of my Death Knight from WoW. Because I can just, you know, I use a skill, and then as long as I switch back to the sword, I get all the leech from it, and it's awesome. Ooh. I'll never look for gift fruit in the mouth. Not a lot, but you know what? 8 is better than 0. And I think you don't have to walk to see it now. I think you can run and see it now. They've also made it more visible with the borders, which I think is really nice. You know, that's something I haven't done in a long time, is try doing some free-to-play stuff like sweating or fruit walking. Now, to be fair, I have done the long grind on sweat. That's how I got my Arcadia passport. I did not buy that sweat. I've got a couple of videos, I think, out there of me sweating for it. And it's not nearly as profitable as it used to be. You know, back when the game was young, you could get 10 ped for 1,000 bottles of sweat. But with the creation of the synthetic mind essence, it's not as valuable anymore. You can still get money for it, but it's a long grind. You're talking like 1 to 2 ped at, you know, 1.5 ped at most, which means you're doing a lot of sweating for a little bit of return, which I think is a shame. I mean, I get it. They were trying to make it more friendly to entry-level players, but at the same time, it meant the free-to-play model kind of became harder. Oh, hi. Okay, good. You're not the big... There is a level 24 that likes to spawn in this area. And for half a second, I was afraid it was him. I can beat him. It's not fun, though. At least not in the classical sense. Come on. There we go. It's no fun having two of them on you at the same time. Just burning money. I mean, unless you're fighting in a group and you're tanking, which in this game is really difficult to have like a dedicated tank, because you all put out aggro at like the same rate. And the only way to, you know, the only way to lose aggro is to stop attacking. So that makes it tougher. I do wish they had a couple of taunts in this game that you could use to draw aggro off other players. If this game is lacking anything, it's that. That's the only imperfection I really have, or criticism I have for this game, you know, overall, is the fact that there are no taunts. No one can be a tank. Really? You weren't there a second ago. I wish I could hand my leprechaun a knife. At least he could do like 0.1 damage or something. I wonder how many actual hit points these things have. They've got a massive amount of health. They're doing pretty good, though. So, what do you guys think about migration this year? Drop a comment below. Last year, this was my favorite event. Like, I did the whole damn thing. I probably burned through more ped than I strictly should have. But, you know, I hunted during all of migration last year. And it quickly became my favorite event, which is why I was looking forward to it this year. And sure enough, I am enjoying it this year too, and we're only a couple days in. Well, I guess we're almost a week in now, come to think of it, because it started on the 5th, which was Friday. So no, it's only Tuesday, so yeah, we're almost a weekend. Come on. I think they increased the spawn rates on the Longtooth too to make up for the amount of overhunting that's going on. I mean, look how many players we have out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, including myself, just in my radar range. That's just in my radar range. That is phenomenal. Not very often you see this many players in one spot. Like, ever at all. But migration is fresh in their minds, and people have pets, so a lot of them have been saving up, and I know a lot of players only play during events. You know, you've got some players that only come in for the mayhems, for migration, and this is the only time they really play. Because there's money to be made. You know, the good players who know their zone, they get to their zone, they fight in their zone, and they make money off of it, because the less efficient players are providing the extra loot. And I don't think that's strictly how it works. I know there's some flex. Like, you get a little bit extra for playing eco, you lose a little bit for not playing eco. There's like a whole loot pool formula, and this is not allowed to be a casino. And the government of Sweden, I guess there's like people in the Swedish government who have the proprietary mathematical formula that is Ludius to make sure that Mindark is not running a casino. But it's just, it's real interesting the way that it works. But there is definitely money to be made, even if it's just in strongbox loot. You know, like I made 150 ped off of a single gun amp that I would never use, because I mean, I've got the one amp I have on my rifle. For me, that's the appropriate amp, and so that's the one that I use, and it's UL. It's the A102. A103. You know? And it works for me. Can be done on, put on any energy weapons. I wonder if it works on pistols. I never thought of that. That's a BLP weapon, so that wouldn't work. Someone needs to loot his car. Okay, I was gonna say, loot the carcasses. Don't let that loot go away. I'd have to slap you on principle. We got a lot of players out here now. Oh, look at that. More mobs. There we go. You can see the total number here. There's just a lot of people. Just a lot of people. So, in case you're watching, I want to shout out to Sin, Martin Brecken, Freewind, Titan Incorporated. Watch their channel on Twitch, by the way. They're a good group of people. Imsin, or Imsin. Drovel, or Doorbell. Sorry about that, man. Doorbell. Sorry, mate. There we go. I got you. And Zero, Midnight Shadow. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for showing up in my video tonight. If any of you are watching, make sure you comment, okay? I want to know that there's reach for you guys now. Oh, who's out there in the distance? Yo-Yo Yana Nono of the Dark Knight's Squires. And Call of the Spartans. So yeah, if you've run across my videos, please drop a comment in there. Let me know that you saw yourselves. Come on. Kill him. Oh, we got lag. Oh, this person's taking down the Patriarch. See, there it is. It wasn't a big fishtail, or a big long-tooth tail, it's the case, maybe. Wow. Zero's got some stinking skills there. Oh, hi. It's like, why am I targeting over here? Maybe because there's a living Longtooth there trying to eat your face off. Well, he wasn't actually trying to eat my face until I hit him. Kind of draw him away from the other one. I don't want to aggro a mob that I'm not actively attacking when there's this many players out, because it's not fair to them. Come on. See? Now, a player that did have an opening for a mob was able to take him. I really hope that's someone's BLP weapon and not like Godzilla Longtooth. I thought we had that with the level 24 provider. Oh, bugger. Oh, double bugger. Okay. Let's get this guy down fast. We'll use the extra regen to keep me alive. They all respawn like all at once. It's like, hi, there's 3 of them attacking you now. It's not what I was aiming for. Oh, I missed him. That sucks. Come on. So yeah. So how many of you are actually doing migration? I would be curious to know. This is my second migration. I'm enjoying it. I always enjoy migration. Love migration. And I think part of it's because it's just this big open hunting event. And I love the instanced mayhems too, don't get me wrong, but there's no like strict time pressure other than the fact that migration actually has an endpoint at some point, which they haven't even announced right now. It's just like migration started, no clue when the pheromone levels are going down. Go hunt and be merry. Which I can appreciate. I really can. I don't know if it lasts 1 month or 2. I think last year was it still going on when I went to Texas last year? I can't remember. Oh jeez. Back up, back up. Oh good god. Yep, we're gonna end up with multiples again. Oh good, that one got pulled. That's what I want to see. This one's pulling just in time for me to kill this one, so that's not so bad. Good. Ooh, 13 ped. Well, a peck shy of 13 ped. I'll definitely take that. We're actually pretty much breaking even for ammo too. That's really nice to see. Doesn't happen very often that you can say you're coming out even on ammo. $16.5 ped. Loot this year has been really good. Mindark's, you know, really, I think that the balance of loot 2.0 is finally starting to come up. Or maybe I'm just really fortunate. I don't know. Maybe I've just found my sweet spot. No, not going to complain if that's the case. I just need to figure out where it is and keep it that way all the way up the chain. And that's not easy. Like, I had a great time hunting curbs, but I don't think I'd be quite as efficient hunting curbs now. Although for events like this, Mindark might be more generous on the loot to keep people hunting. Because the more they hunt, the more money goes into the repair terminal, which is how they pay their bills. I don't remember where I read that. I know it was on one of the... No! Damn it. I hate it when it snaps away from what I'm pointing at a different mod that's currently under attack just because it's an iota closer. That is intensely frustrating. Because I don't want to be... One, it's wasted money for me, but that's not such a big deal. But two, if for some unfortunate reason I happen to hit someone else's mob and it affects the balance, that's negative. I don't want to affect someone else's loot because I was careless. That would be bad. I will say this. This year there has been some... Actually, server lag today is really good, but the first couple of days there was a lot of server lag. So there were accidental mob steals. Because what would happen is someone would start shooting at a mob, and then someone else would kill their mob and turn to the next mob, and the health would not have shown a decrease on their side yet, so they start shooting, and then someone else is already shooting at it, and it created a mess the first couple of days. I'm seeing that the lag has dissipated a lot. So I think Mindark has largely addressed it. And then, as you may or may not know, I was experiencing a couple hardware issues last week. Mouse freeze-ups and stuff like that, and I had attributed it to the heat or server issues or my computer issues, and I come to find out I use a Razer Naga, which I know I've mentioned before, but you can calibrate the Naga to the surface it's on, and for some reason the calibration had become uncalibrated. So I actually had to recalibrate the mouse, and once I recalibrated the mouse, I had 0 problems. Oh, there's that Patriarch again. It's not a provider, it's a Patriarch. It's fucking huge. Well, we're coming close to the end of our time. So you think we should go take him out? I mean, it's a loss of ped, but I kind of want to take him out. Can you imagine globaling off that thing? Frickin' amazing. Let's see if we can't go hit him without drawing anything else. Avoid the other Longtooth. Grab him. Ah, shit, someone else grabbed him. Figures. Took us too long to get to him. Oh well. That was going to be my last mob, but that other... It's probably that guy that killed the first one we saw. Which is fine. They're probably actually getting real loot off of it, whereas we would technically be doing it at a loss. That was more of a challenge. Oh, that Longtooth is not losing health anymore. Oh, they are. Slowly. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay. Oh, we got a bird. Murder bird. There we go. And we'll make this one our last one. We're pretty much out of time here. Yeah. I think that next time for Sunday, what I'll do is I'll do like a controlled cost hunt and see like how many can we down with 100 pet. What kind of loot returns are we getting on them? I think that would be fun. This is more of a conversational one. It was a little more impromptu. I realized at about 7:30 that I didn't have a video for tomorrow, and so I'm like, oh shit. So I walked in and didn't think much of it. I didn't even get to empty my bags from yesterday's hunt, so it is what it is. Not a big deal. Come on. There we go. 289. Not a bad end to the hunt. I'm gonna kind of scoot around the wide edge of the herd. Because what I don't want to do is log in and be surrounded. That would be tragic and hilarious in equal measure. So, okay guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. Make sure you visit my website, mcbainmanor.com, and visit my sponsor, Critical Links. Links will be in the description. Guys, thank you so much for all of your support. You all have a wonderful night.